Oh, that would be great if somebody could play people.
Good evening, everybody.
Obviously, we got $2,500.
Good evening. Can everybody hear me? Okay. Playing with the audio a little bit, trying to see if we can't get rid of some of the echo. What?
The conference.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, right in the front.
Well, I don't know how to turn it up.
Switch bar in the front.
Sorry.
Don't-
Everybody listen carefully. Anyway, good evening, and thanks everybody for coming out. So we're going to start the workshop and see if I can't follow along this time. Okay, number one thing on the work session is budget modifications. Has everybody had an opportunity to look at them?
Yes.
Yes. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Here. Number two is the bid on the ONW Rail Trail. We received one bid from Rutledge, the company that's done work on our trails before. But being that this has some elements in it that we have some questions as far as whether or not they've done work on in waterways, things like that. We're going to have the engineer speak with them and verify that they're up to the task before they get into the waterways and start creating a mess possibly. But making sure that they're familiar with all the process before we award the bid. So we will take care of that at the next meeting. Okay, number three is the public hearing for the proposed amendment to the town code section 172-11. This is the changes that we've made to our to the town law that says that you cannot get a building permit if there's any property taxes that are due. This is in reference to Hutzola wanting to put an antenna up on a Eagles Nest property that has some outstanding taxes. We're carving out an exception for emergency services if they're leasing a piece of property and the taxes are overdue, that they still can make some changes and get a permit. So we're going to have a public hearing on that. Number four is the 2025 court audit.
You did that?
Mike and Gary took care of that.
Everything was good.
Okay, so every year we have to go through it and audit all the departments. The state requires that we do a special audit on the court that has to then be sent to the state. Everything looks great, as do all the departments. So we will vote to approve that tonight. Number five is the 284 CHIPS agreement. CHIPS agreement is basically, and I'll let Tom talk more about this when he gives his report. It's an agreement that the board has to accept where highway superintendent lays out what roads are going to maintain, what ones are getting patched, which ones are getting paved. We're still waiting on a final number from the state as far as how much money the town receives. So he'll have a more finalized idea, but this agreement will cover that. For the most part, we know that the monies that we're getting should be equal to last year. So he has that number to go off of. We don't know if there'll be any more in the budget. So he's based his plans on at least last year's money. Any questions or concerns? Okay. Number six is 2026 Dodge Ram trucks for the highway. Now, last year we had approved.
Number six.
Tom had come and spoke to us about the need for a couple more pickup trucks, and we had on our agenda in last December to approve the purchase of these trucks. The meeting that we were going to do that at got canceled because of the snow, and somehow or other we didn't do the final approval. What we did on the following meeting was that we moved the funds so that he could purchase them, and the funds have been sitting waiting for the trucks to get ready. And now we have a couple trucks that are ready to be delivered, and we can't pay for them at this point because we have not actually approved the purchase of them. So tonight, we're hoping to approve that purchase and take care of moving the funds around. We're going to, when we do that, what we'll be doing is the funds have to, when we approve them, they're going to go for a public referendum. So in other words, they're going to sit, we have to wait for 30 days. So the public has a chance to, if there's a lot of people who don't want to do it, they can come out and speak about it. But other than that, if once we approve the transfer of the funds and the purchase of the vehicles, we have to wait for 30 days before we can actually make the purchase. In the meantime, we're gonna do some fancy stuff, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And the last thing is the withdrawal from the Highway Vehicle and Equipment Reserve Fund. So what we're going to do is we're going to move some money from the reserve fund to pay back money that we're going to be using out of the Highway General Fund. So that, like I said, we're doing some creative payments in order to do it. So once the referendum is passed, we'll be able to move those funds, but we need to vote on that tonight to make it happen. It's a little complicated, but all in all, like I said, it'll go smoothly. Okay. All right. And with that, we're going to start the business meeting. So we can call. Let's.
States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. First item is going to be the public hearing for the proposed amendment to the town code, section 172-11. Do I have a motion to open the public hearing? Motion. Motion by Matt.
Second.
Second by Tyler. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So at this time, is there anybody in the public who has any thoughts or concerns would like to share? Janet?
Good evening, Janet Leibold. I have a concern with amending this law. To me, it seems that your interpretation is very broad, and in the future, there could be a different legal interpretation as far as providing provisions of emergency services for not-for-profits. I also have an issue with the monies that is owed to the town. So up on Eagles Nest Road, there are only 2 parcels that owe funds to the town currently. One parcel is owed in taxes and fees, $19,715. The other parcels, which I do believe is where the tower stands, the total owed is $66,292.47 in taxes and fees. My concern here is what happens when this parcel next year goes into tax foreclosure by the county or is sold. How does this affect this tower? And how do we go about getting this entity to pay the funds that they owe the town? Another thing is, it says that as determined in the discretion of the building inspector or the town board. This involves money owed to the town, and as such, I feel this should only be approved by the town board, not the building inspector, as it's a fiscal problem that arises. So, as we discussed at the ward meeting, I really think that the term building inspector should be removed from the, if you're going to go forward with the amendment to 17211.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I neglected to speak with Ben about that, the last change with, as far as removing the building inspector. I don't know if Ben has anything.
It's really a policy decision for the board. If the board wants to remove the building inspector, you can do that. You would not need to hold another public hearing to do that.
I'd like to remove the building inspector. After all, she was the person that upheld the law to begin with, and we're looking to amend this law that we could step in and overrule the building inspector's decision. So I'd feel more comfortable if the building inspector was removed from this provision.
Any other thoughts on the board?
I don't disagree. I have nothing against Mary, obviously, but I think it kind of takes a decision making off her shoulders, so it doesn't put her in the spotlight, so to speak. It's not I'm good either way, but it's not a horrible thing. It doesn't force her to make a decision. It forces us.
All right, the rest of the board, sure. Chris?
I am, excuse me, I am Chris.
I'm sorry, Chris?
I am Chris Lesser. It seems to me that maybe you're not listening to any other people. You're just jumping the gun a little fast with whatever you want to do. So would you please listen to if somebody else has comments? That's my comment.
Thank you, Chris. Is there anybody else in the public that'd like to speak on this?
Good evening. My name is Ron Weathers. And I read an article last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Hello, can you hear me now?
That's a little better.
Thank you. I read an article, and this is what brought me here tonight, that the town board and members of the town board made a statement that they felt that putting up a tower on property that owes taxes to the town, which you represent, was more important than doing the right thing. Now, I remember years ago in the town of Westbrookville, they fought tooth and nail to put up a tower there. And this was for the fire company. That was a safety issue also. They didn't get their way until they followed the law to the T. Now, why can't we do the same thing here? If the law says you owe taxes, pay it, you have a violation on your property, get rid of it before you go ahead and add a tower to it. I mean, I was brought up in this town. I was here for more than 50 years. I was also a constable. And we believe in being fair, firm, and consistent. Now, I don't show up to the town board meeting as often as I used to because age kind of creeping on me. But when I see the town and you got members on the board as saying, oh, what the hell? I believe more in safety. I mean, what kind of safety that you're trying to protect? When it comes to the law is the law. Now, you got an attorney sitting on the board. Use them. You got laws on the book. Use them. Be fair, firm, and consistent. Let these people pay their taxes, or you take their property. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, fine. I think Lori has a comment.
Yeah.
After the public speak.
Laurie Green, I just have a question. Is emergency services defined anywhere in the code?
I do not know.
Not sure, but that'd be the building inspector's determination.
Okay. 'Cause I mean, when this project came before the planning board, I think we agreed ambulances. I don't want to find out that somebody now looks at the code a few years down the road and decides, well, I've just decided, I don't know, my take-home pizza order is an emergency or something of that sort.
Yeah, that'd be the town's determination.
Thank you, Lauren. Got it?
Is it possible for them to use the county's tower, or what does Bloomingburg Fire Department use? Why can't they piggyback on either one of those?
Okay, I'll address all that in a bit.
Thank you.
Mr. Sider.
How you doing? My name's Cliff Sider from Summitville. I don't know why we're trying to make a difference or change laws or anything like that. Bloomingburg has their own tower in their parking lot of their firehouse. The only one that's up there where this tower is for this Hasola is up where Bullville's is. They put that tower in illegally to begin with, and it fell down. So why are we going to try to bend something if they're not doing the proper thing anyway?
Again, we'll address,
Okay.
I'll answer that, but thank you. Chris, please.
I don't know, I don't remember the exact date, but a few years ago, this issue about the tower at the Eagle's Nest came up. I'm not sure whether it was the planning board or just in general, but it was discussed publicly. It wasn't done in the cloak of night or darkness or whatever. I don't want to sound like I'm taking issue. It sounds like I'm taking issue with the fireman that was just here. But I don't like to see things that are incorrectly stated so that the public, not that I'm correct, but I was at the meeting, I listened to that stuff. So I'm just saying, as far as I know, it was done publicly because I was at that meeting, and what transpired from there, that I don't know.
Thank you, Chris. Is there anyone else with comment? Okay, Brittany, is there anyone online?
I don't have anyone online for comment.
Okay. With that, can I get a motion to close the public hearing? We'll have discussion.
Motion.
Motion from Tyler,
Second.
second from Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, to address the concerns and I'll try to kind of reiterate or summarize basically what this project's about. First off, I think that the idea that it's a tower is giving people the wrong idea. It's not a cell tower. It's not a large structure. It's not like what we have out next door. This currently has the base on this thing is about 3 foot square. The tower is going the antenna is going to go about 65 foot. It is part of a repeater system that Hatzola uses to communicate and provide emergency services in this area. And it is, as a repeater, it also is connected to other antennas, and there are other parts of Hatzola that are being affected by it. And it's only Hutzola that's using it. What's on the property right now is a small garden shed, or about an 8x10 shed. On one side of it resides this tower. On the other side of it, Bullville Fire Department has a similar type of an antenna that goes up there. They're both pretty small structures, but they're located in an area where it's right on the ridge and provides very good service. And as far as them being able to use other towers, Hutzola uses their own radio frequencies. They are connected with the county services. They have the ability to also use them. But the problem is that because there's so many people in Hutzola, they have always maintained their own radio system. It would clog up the county airwaves if they opened up. And as a courtesy, they have opted to stay with their own radio system rather than joining on the county system. And once again, this is that antenna was put up there years ago, and it's like I said, it's on a very small, it's on a postage stamp piece of the property that there was a 99-year lease or 100-year lease that was put in place years ago. There's no money that's being transacted with it. It is just basically an allowance for them to have this antenna there. Now that property, I know that Hutzola has gone down and approached the property owner, has attempted to get them to catch up on their back taxes, but it's out of their control. So unless Hutzola was to reach in their own pocket and pay the property taxes, they don't have the ability to satisfy that portion of what the problem is. So the board has gotten together, communications with Ben, and the easiest and the cleanest way to do it was to carve out a very small exception in our law that says if we're in a situation such as this, which is a pretty rare situation, that it would allow us to at least give them permission to get a permit to reconstruct this antenna so that they can continue on with their radio services for emergency services. It's a pretty narrow exception. And if something happens to it in the future, I guess that's something that they're going to have to address. We can't foresee in the future, but we do know right now that their service is being impacted, very negatively. And in anything in emergency services, anything that could happen could be a life and death situation. I think that covers most of it. So I mean, that's the reason that we took that avenue to do it. There really wasn't an awful lot of options. They've been very patient trying to get this antenna put back up there, and God forbid anything ever happens where we don't have it, where it impacts them. So we're trying to remedy that. Any other discussion through the board?
So really the question now is whether the reference to the building inspector should be removed.
Do we?
Well, the board can vote to adopt the law tonight if you want to.
But do you want to first address the?
Yeah, before we adopt, I think
Okay.
that issue should be resolved.
Okay. If we move ahead with this, like the board to vote on whether or not we should remove the building inspector is in that determination. Do I have a motion to have the building inspector's name removed from the proposed amendment?
Right.
Motion.
Motion by Matt.
Just to confirm quick, Ben, you said this doesn't delay any, no public hearing, it's just
Correct.
eliminating this.
Correct.
one little section.
Correct.
Okay.
It's a minor change.
Okay. Then, yeah. Second.
You second it? Second by Tyler. All in favor?
Aye.
Can we also add a definition of emergency services?
We-
Fire,
We
ambulance,
can't do that tonight.
that's part of,
Another public hearing.
I think that would require another public hearing.
Not generally accepted as.
Well, the way it's written now would be the building inspector's determination as to whether it's emergency services or not. So the town would still control that interpretation.
okay.
So we had to a vote.
Yeah, with the one revision would read, the last sentence would read, or last phrase, as determined in the discretion of the town board.
Okay. So, can I get a motion to vote? Where? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you want to wait? Oh, you want to wait for later on the?
All right, gonna wait. We're good.
Okay, you can wait.
We're gonna wait a little bit on that.
That's
so.
fine.
Okay. All right, we'll vote on that a little bit later in the meeting here. Highway Superintendent's report, Tom? Oh, I'm sorry. Go back. Being we had all this public comment, I did. I got one thing done on it. We're gonna have public comment right now, 3 minutes each individual regarding agenda items only. So is there public comment? Janet?
Looks like tonight's my night. I just wanted to say that I'm glad to see that Rutledge Excavating won the bid for the O&W Rail Trail. This was FEMA money that Karen and I got after, that very bad storm. And I just want to tell the board that Rutledge, if you remember, did the trail out back, and they did an amazing job. They're a great company. So, I'm happy to see that they're on board, and hopefully when you do, speak with them about waterways, everything will sail smoothly, so to speak. But they are a great company to work for, and they did an excellent job with our canal trail back there.
Nope, agreed. I think we're just trying to do our due diligence to make sure that they're, it's a different, little bit different scope of the project. So just to make sure.
Well, and I can't imagine that it came in under 400,000. Now the FEMA funds were just under $1 million, and they were 960 something $1,000. So what are your plans for the remaining funds?
I don't know that the board has addressed that quite yet. I have to look to see how what we have the ability to use it for.
Yeah, because we could use that on our trails. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Lester.
To me, it's a little confusing, this F and G, the purchase of the trucks, the funds to come from the general fund, but below it, so it's a transfer to the general fund. So I know there's nothing going on here, just robbing from pay to pay, Paul. Is that sort of the long and short of it? And
yes.
Okay.
It's a technicality. We have to, the board has to vote. We have to approve the purchase. We put the money aside already, but we can't use the money that's in that fund, in the equipment fund. That has to be put on hold for 30 days, subject to a public referendum, a permissive referendum. I'm sorry. So we could vote on that, and then we have to wait the 30 days. So we're going to take the money out of the DA fund, the general highway fund, pay for the trucks, and then take the money out of the equipment fund and put it back in the highway general fund.
Oh, sleight of hand.
Believe me, it wasn't me. Do we have any other comments? Okay. Brittany, is there anyone online?
I don't have anyone for comment.
Okie dokie. Well, thank you. So now we can have our highway superintendent's report.
Good evening. I just have a couple of things. We've been busy working around town, cleaning up tree debris and other damage created on the shoulders of the roads from the past winter storms. We're done using the tree company, but we got our 12 days out of them, but we're still going around picking up tree debris and cleaning up the mess from the winter. We're also continuing to patch holes around town with the cold mix. Hopefully in about a week or so, blacktop plants will start opening up. We could start using the good stuff, but that could be as early as next week, maybe 2 or 3 weeks from now. So that's just dependent on how the season goes. We have started sweeping the town roads in an effort to get rid of the salt and sand as we do annually. And as spring continues, we'll be ditching and starting tree removal and regular cleanup for the roads we're going to reconstruct this year. I had one other thing.
Anything you want to clarify on the?
Yeah, so we'll talk about those two things. That's not really part of the report that we gave Karen, but yeah, so as far as the 284, that's just that's a law required in New York State that I present to you. The roads I want to do, we agree on it, but that can be changed at any time. There's nothing written in stone there. I believe the law states it's kind of be done in January, because that's when you start your budget. But now with everybody using CHIPS money for most of their road maintenance and not knowing what that money is until around May, it is kind of hard to even guesstimate. So that's why it took a little longer for me to even figure out what we could potentially even knock out. So anyway, that'll be done, and that's something we can amend at any time. We do it every year. And then as for the trucks, that's exactly what happened. That's not the normal way. I come here, I say I need 2 trucks. I give you a price. You say okay. I go order the trucks, and then the money gets moved in, and we have the 30 days. Usually, sometimes it takes a year and a half to get a truck. But in this case, since we missed that one meeting and they were done 2 months later, and we didn't do that, that's why we're kind of circling the horse around the wagon. But there are 2 5500s, trucks only. We're replacing. We're using 2 old stainless steel bodies that we purchased with the intent to put them on new trucks, as they're stainless steel and they last for a very long time. So that's the plan with those. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, supervisor's report. Spring is here and town is busy trying to shake off the winter and get things ready. We're especially been busy at the park. I've got a small list here from our Parks and Rec director, and she wanted to let you know that we've received 2 grants this year already. One for $10,000 from Sullivan County Youth Board, and then there's another $10,000 that we received from Cornell Cooperative. These are all monies that go into beautifying the park and also helping to run the program. The Parks Department had a pile of kites that they had offered to the public, and Donna wants everybody to know that the kites have all flown away. So they went out, people got them, and hopefully are out running around and having a good time with them. We are planning a youth-based trip to the Renegades baseball later on this summer. Stick around for more information on that. Be the first time I think that we've done a Renegades game. That should be a lot of fun. So we'll notify you when we lock in the dates. Summer camp registration opened April 1st. It's off to a great start. Had an awful lot of people coming in and registering. They're doing a good job of getting the staff into place. So a lot of activity going on that way. We are looking for a nurse or an EMT for summer camp. So summer camp runs for 7 weeks. It's a Monday through Friday job. Runs 9 to 3. So if anybody knows about it, it's $20 an hour. Great way to, if you have an EMT or you're a nurse, it's a great way to go out and get some sun and have fun with the kids. And we are also working on another $10,000 grant from Sullivan County Youth Board. The application's been submitted, so we're going to wait to hear that. We've been very lucky to get a lot of money from the county that helps fund these projects, and the Parks and Rec director does a great job in getting that money. So beyond that, like I said, we're busy here in town, and I look forward to getting more stuff done. So that's it. Thank you. All right. Next on the agenda is the 2026 abstract number 9 for $211,281.89. Do I have a vote to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Motion from Mike, second from Tyler. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Expenditures, encumbrances, and appropriations report, revenues and expenditures report. Has everybody had a chance to look at the financial reports?
Yep.
Okay. The approval of the minutes from March 17th, 2026. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion. Skip one.
I didn't think we approved them. I thought we, okay. Do I get a motion?
I'll
Okay.
make a motion.
Can I get a motion that everybody got them and had a chance to look at them?
Motion.
Motion from Tyler,
Second.
second from Gary. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Back to the minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from March 17th?
Motion.
From Gary? Second?
Second.
Second from Matt? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The resolutions. Gonna get motion to approve the budget modifications. Everybody's had a chance. We've asked about that, so. Gonna get a motion?
Motion.
Motion from Matt.
I'll second.
Second from Mike. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, approve the bid for the OW Rail Trail project.
We're going to skip that.
We're going to skip
Are we
that.
tabling that?
We're going to table that until the next meeting. Thank you. Action on the proposed amendment to the town code section 172-11. Just,
Well, the motion there, if somebody makes it, would be to approve the local law as revised, as we discussed, by deleting the reference to the building inspector. And also under seeker, it's a type 2 action.
I make that motion.
Second.
okay, motion by Tyler, seconded by Jim. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I add something to this?
Please do.
I know with the public, and I have a problem with it too. The problem here is not this tower and not Hot Solo. The problem is Eagle's Nest. We've had problems at the planning board with them. We've talked about in the zoning board that they didn't do the right thing with Eagle's Nest and has all that. We've been trying to get some stuff through the courts to try and get them to be shut down. This is just my feeling, but like I said, the whole problem up there isn't this tower. It's who's running Eagle's Nest. They should be paying their taxes. They shouldn't be allowed in the building at all because there's safety problems. And I'd really like to see the town board push this a little bit more to have them not allowed to even be in the building. You know, we talked about this once before. You know, it's been a process. I know they're still going in front of the planning board sometimes, right? Or zoning. No,
No,
nothing
I
now.
don't think there's anything up.
But I'd like to just, you know, really that we, as a town board, should really think about doing something a little bit stronger with these people up on Eagle's Nest because it's a problem.
Let me, I'm sorry, I agree with you, Mike, but these are two separate issues, no?
That's why I brought it up separate.
We are separating it. It's the withholding of building permits for non-payment of taxes is kind of a form of leverage. And this is a unique situation. I think in this situation, it's bad to apply this kind of leverage when it comes to potential safety of people. And so I feel that I'm speaking for the board on this, that we're carving out this exception here. And another reason why I wanted to take Mary Grass out of this decision-making process, because in the future, if this comes up again, it'll see the light of day. It'll have to come in front of the town board and people will be able to speak upon it and express themselves. And I think that's important going forward. Thank you.
So we had, so Tyler.
I think we had a vote.
You voted.
Yes, okay. All right, so the motion has been approved for the amendment. And next item is to approve the 2026 court audits. Like I said, everything came out really good on those, and it's just a matter of approving them. And
Make a motion to approve.
motion by Mike,
Second.
second by Gary. Is that you, Gary?
Yeah.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, approve the 2026 284 CHIPS agreement. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Rob,
Second.
second by Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
I just want to say, let's keep our fingers crossed that the price of fuels drop. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Okay. We'll all keep our fingers crossed. Approve the purchase of two 2026 Dodge Ram 3500 trucks, 3500 to the. Yep. 55, that's what I thought. 5,500 trucks for the highway in the amount of $158,697.78 to come from the DA General Fund. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mike,
Second.
second from Tyler. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. And now the other part is to approve withdrawal from the Highway Vehicle and Equipment Reserve Fund of $158,697.78 and transfer it to the DA General Fund, subject to a permissive referendum. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion from Matt,
I'll second.
second from Rob. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? All right, committee reports. We have, anybody have a committee report? Nope. Okay, committees are all functioning. Okay. Announcements. Does anybody have any announcements?
Yeah, the Ward 4 meeting will be this Thursday at 6 PM here. Coming down, talk with me, and we'll talk about what's going on in town, and if you have any questions or comments, 6 PM. And I think I'm bringing cookies or something.
Oh, you're bringing more than cookies. Uh-huh.
I know I got to bring cookies. So.
Come on down for the cookies.
I got something.
Okay, Jim?
Yeah, I attended the Village of Wardsboro board meeting last night. They have a new trustee. Frank Krupp replaced Lyman Holmes. If that matters to anybody. Lyman was there many years. Also at the meeting, Verdana Lawrence was there and she asked the village to purchase, she's going to get up and talk about it. Right? She's still here? Yeah.
No, wait for public comment.
But whatever she's going to say, I kind of jumped the gun and approved it, but she'll explain. It won't cost that much. And we talked about a burn ban. There's a burn ban until May 14th. Don't burn anything. And I complained. I usually don't complain at these meetings. I'm more of a liaison. I complained about the building blocks, Lego building blocks that have been laying in our beautiful Four Corners, 209, Wardsboro, down here. I'm tired of looking at them. I'm tired of getting the runaround from the DOT. But according to the Wardsboro Board of Trade, people who are also vehemently opposed to those things, they're going to be starting to work on it in November of this year and should have them fixed or cleaned up or whatever they have to do by the spring.
So these are those large concrete blocks that are protecting the poles from,
Ever since the accident 3 years ago with the runaway dump truck, what I've been told is the engineers didn't put the red light, the signal high enough. So they had to put temporary poles in, and they had to put or throw or place whatever they did with these blocks. To me, it looks terrible. It's looked like that for 3 years. I've asked the engineer of DOT what's going on with them, and apparently the Board of Trade got some answers. We're hoping also that our beautiful four corners here in our town, 2 of the 4 businesses don't look too good right now. We're hoping that they get rejuvenated soon.
that would be nice. Okay. I have one more thing here. And we know that we have a historian here in town that we're very proud of. And apparently her reputation and her hard work is being recognized. I have a letter here from the Office of the Aging, and I'll just read part of it. It says, "Congratulations on being recognized as an outstanding community service volunteer for Older New Yorkers Day 2026. You are among 100 nominees selected by the local offices for the aging, their community partners, and statewide programs like New York's long-term care ombudsman program, and the health insurance information, counseling, and assistance program. You represent almost 1 million older volunteers in New York State, providing 474 million hours of community service at an economic value of $13.2 billion annually. She's being invited to the Older New Yorkers Day celebration being held in Albany on May 26th at the Crown Plaza, the Desmond Hotel. This annual event is attended by honorees like you from counties across the state, highlighting your significant contributions to your community." And I'd like to say congratulations for Donna. And
All right, now I'll ask you for money.
Here's your
Okay,
speech.
I have 2 projects which came about because I went into the school down in Chase and I did a program down there. And the children were just captivated with what I had to tell them. And they were 2nd graders. Okay, so I had them for a whole hour. The teachers just applauded me and were very happy that I had come in and addressed what mammocating meant during the revolution. So therefore, at the end, the teachers asked, could we get some flags, the little ones, to be given to the children? So that's one of the things that I am proposing for the town. Now, the problem is sure, Chase, no problem. Even the town and the village has said so. But mammocating serves 6 different school districts. And my county historian has put it upon me because the precinct was mammocating. And that's why I keep pushing it, okay? Without us, they're lost because it was all mammocating back then, okay? So my proposal is, at least if we try to keep to the restrictions of what is now in the town of mammocating, it serves 6 different school districts. So therefore, I need the town board to either vote or something on whether or not we can serve the 6 different school districts, because I have dropped off packets to these school districts also explaining that this was all mammocating. So they know. The other thing is I would like to propose, especially at this time, a banner program for our cemeteries, which houses the resting Revolutionary War soldiers from mammocating. Or are we going to keep the bounds and not, maybe Coshocton wants to do what they want, maybe Fallsburg wants to do what they want, just keep in mammocating, which is 13 cemeteries. a banner program, just announcing that there are Revolutionary War soldiers buried in this cemetery. Those are my two things that I am asking for. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Verdana, and congratulations.
Okay, thank you. And the other thing is as I pointed out, it is the beautification for the cemeteries. So this could add a lot of ideas for the town, bringing the especially through the summertime when we have so many people, they're going to want to ask questions. So therefore, if they see a sign up, they're going to say, "Oh, wow!" They didn't realize. And we have a lot to be proud of.
Well,
Thank you.
we'll get together, we'll flesh it out and bring it before the board. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. And lastly, just to let you know that I've been working behind the scenes a little bit, looking to improve the sound in here. Have you know that I've been making some phone calls, hopefully have somebody that's going to be coming in to look at what we have already. What I can tell you is that what I've discovered so far is that it could be very, very expensive to take care of some of the sound issues that we have. So I'm exploring, just to let you know that I'm working on it. We had talked about it. So hopefully one of these days we'll have a room that's easier to hear in. So, thank you. Yeah. Is there anybody? Yes. Is there anybody else with public comment? Dave.
So just to follow up a little bit on what Verdana was saying about the cemeteries, the State Department of Cemeteries Division of Cemeteries is basically promoting Caring for Your Cemetery Day. And it applies to all cemeteries throughout the state. But Poplar Grove on Sunday, April 26th in Phillipsport is having a cleanup day, 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. We're looking for volunteers. General cleanup, cleaning up waste debris, trash, whatever. The fencing that we milled on the property and then put up that post and rail fencing is coming down. So I need help with folks to help me reinstall or replace that fencing. We want to paint the old shed again to preserve it because it's been there forever. And, we can use all the help we can get from the public, as can all the cemeteries in Mamakating. So thank you very much.
Dave, could you say that date again?
I'm sorry?
Can you say the date again?
Yes, it's April 26th at Poplar Grove from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
That's a Saturday,
That's a Sunday.
Sunday?
Yep, that's a Sunday. Thank you.
Thank you.
State cemetery has collapsed a little bit, so that needs to be back. They did clean in front of it, but it needs to be.
Okay.
Put the rocks back.
Okay, thank you. We'll look at, see what we can do. Chris?
I'd like to thank Chris Lesser for the help that he gave the town a few months ago with regard to all of the discussions with this fiber optics cable, questions and answers and everything. He gave some information to the town to go ahead and find out who in the county would be best served to help the issue. Now, this other thing, SUNY announces its dean's list. Westbrookville had 1 student. Wurtsboro had 8. Bloomingburg has 22. That I will go out on a limb and say that is totally impossible. My point of this is that this is supposed to be the next generation that don't even know where the hell they live. They do not live in Bloomingburg. There's so many issues about these people, and that's on the internet and stuff, that even my place to get a delivery is listed as Bloomingburg. That is just totally It even sets off the whole things for voting and everything. If everything is listed as Bloomingburg, which it isn't, that sets a whole different parameter. Now, we just had this issue down here, discussion here the last time about the restaurant down below in the Burlingham. This mail system is so screwed up down there on that particular road. That's called Hamilton Road. It's a county road. The people get their mail there from Pine Bush, which is 6 miles away. And if some of the people will literally argue with you and tell you that I'm wrong. Really? You go to another couple roads through there, they get the mail delivered by Pine Bush. How this ever started, I don't have a clue, but it's totally wrong. And I'll cut it short, but like I say, here's the next generation of 22 students who don't have a clue as to where they live. They think they live in Bloomingburg. Really?
Thank you, Chris. I'll make just a couple of quick comments on that to let you know, the town has been in touch with the county and the people who are installing the fiber optics. Highway department's involved in it, and we're keeping an eye on what's on the installation, any problems and issues that are having with those. So if anybody has a particular issue with the cable that's going in, let us know about it, and we'll make sure it gets addressed. The county's been very responsive. And the other, when you address the grist mill or the restaurant, just let you know that after the last meeting, and the owner came and said that he was going to work on addressing the issue. I got a phone call from one of the ladies who was here that spoke up, one of the neighbors on that side road, and apparently they have been working on the parking area. The parking situation seems to have been taken care of right now. I got a phone call thanking us for for jumping in and working on that, and apparently that problem has been solved for now. So I thank them for what they did, and the people who got up and spoke. Is there anyone else that has
Maybe I didn't make my point clear enough. I thought I gave some useful information to you people. Did anybody bother to say, geez, thanks, Chris? No. Does anybody learn please and thank you? Zero. That was my whole point.
Thank you, Chris. Is there anyone else with comment in the public? No? Brittany, is there anyone online that has any comment?
I do not have anyone for comment.
Okay. And with that, we have no executive session, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion from Tyler, second. Anybody want to second it?
I'm 1 second.
Second by Mike. All in favor?
I'm reeling from Chris's comment. I appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.